Why are you guys so obsessed with
Love it.
Like, honestly, I feel scared, elated, anxious. Just gotta sleep it off. I mean, it's easy to say that I did something to Kelly and didn't care. I 100% cared. But I was also 100% confused. Like, you could see it on my face. Like I didn't realize who I pushed until I pushed her. And then, like, everybody was screaming at me, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Like, it's just a bad thing all around, man. It's just a bad thing. I proved the troll right again. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, man. Thank you for the $10. I mean, hopefully you can give me a little bit more grace, and to see that I've changed a good bit. Oh, it's coming back. I don't have Call of Duty installed right now. Because ideally I was going to wait a month to come back, and then, you know, somebody pushed the timeline out, and I'm in my relationship with Kelly. My relationship with Kelly's good. Kelly's parents actually thought it was funny, and like, that's not from me, that's from her. Somebody asked earlier, what do your parents think about the clip?
I told them already.
This is streaming. You're going to tell them like 7,000 times.
But so the first part was when with Keem, like they were shocked because they'd never seen you so angry. And then my mom actually, she didn't really think of the other clip as much. Like, she laughed because, like, she knew I was okay, and she knew you didn't intend to. Like, she knew it wasn't, you didn't know it was me.
You know what's funny is, like, everybody in our real life instantly seen that like, you know, you remember what my mother said? You don't remember what my mother said?
That I should have stayed out your way?
Yeah. My mother goes.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that. I kind of feel like that's kind of
yeah.
Let's blame Kelly, but
my mother's so old school. She's like,
that was funny.
My mother's so old school. She's like, is like, women shouldn't get in the way of men fighting. Like, onion rings. I took 100% responsibility for my actions. I mean, some people in chat can back me up here. I've never stated it was nobody's fault but my own. Bojangles, be chill, dude. Dude, Kelly saying she tripped looks so bad.
But to me, like, in the moment, that's what I felt like had happened. You don't know. It's like an accident. You don't know really what happened in an accident.
Like honestly, like I said similar before I seen the clip, because like and like they were so disingenuous with that. They clipped me right like seconds after I went on the Discord and be like, you know, she got knocked over from my forward momentum, because like in my head, it felt like I did this, you know. It just felt like I just shrugged my shoulder to the right, and then it's like. Whew.
You know what though? Like, I did really well. Like, no one is congratulating me for like getting, like, I landed on that table so hard, and like.
It was an aluminum table, though.
But it was hard. And I just popped back up. And no one's, like, being like, wow, she's tough. That makes me sad.
How would you feel if I went back to Lolcow?
That's your decision.
No, give your own opinion. Like, don't throw anybody under the bus. Would you want me to go back on Lolcow or not?
Would you want to go? I want you to do what would make you happy. That's my answer. I want you to do what would make you happy.
I mean, I'd like to make I ain't gonna lie, I'd miss the money, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot less stress not doing it, because like realistically, me and Boogie have to like go through hell to make that money. I'm still like in my head right now. I might not do regular streams. I'm thinking I might still take the month off, but I felt like I needed to get this stream out of the way. Does that make sense? Like I was dreading this stream and it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because I felt like the bottom of somebody's shoe. Like I never wanted to put Kelly in that situation. And like I hated, like it made me so upset how people like looked at me a certain way. And it's like, dude, like I'm basically labeled what I've never wanted to become. Like I've never been the kind of person that wanted to like, oh, this motherfucker said I'm not good enough. Good Lord. It's like, oh, I grabbed the wrong summon. This summon sucks. Nah, the StarCraft event in North Korea was a lie. No, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. Because, like, I was in my feelings, Grand David. And, like, I've been drinking, like, sweet tea and eating pizza rolls. Like, that's all I wanted. Like I had Kelly make me a big pitcher of sweet tea, and I got the biggest bag of pizza rolls I could find. And I really do need to make a change here. That's why I'm going to see my doctor and see if I can either get on a different medicine or wean off Effexor, maybe do something else. I don't know. Like, make sure my medicine and my blood works right. I noticed like some people were criticizing that I was playing Rainbow while I was taking a little break. And that was usually just to test it. It was me testing my anger management skills because Rainbow is a game that frustrates me a lot. So it gave me a lot of chance to like practice. John Smith, no, I'm not converting to Islam. I'm actually non-religious. Charismatic gamer. When you say Callie, do you mean Kelly? Are you like using like your voice thing? I don't really put my hands on anybody. I know it's hard to believe when I had two crash outs in the span, but like you gotta understand, like the environment of that was really high. Like I'd already broke a fight up earlier that day. I don't know. Like I just think everybody was over it. Everybody wanted to go home. Are always willing to take the other side. At the end of the day, only you know the truth about marriage and how things are off camera. I hope you're both doing well. Dude, we're the same people off camera as we are on camera. I don't hit my wife. My wife sat on the stream today and told you she doesn't get. I'm just going to ignore that. Lord Viper, man, chill out, buddy. Yeah, like if your donations are negative, man, I'm just not going to read them. I'm sorry. Is anybody else? Because like right now, it's just a bunch of people. Lord Viper, you're not defending me. Why are you lying to yourself?
Yeah, I can hang out for a few more minutes and then I got an exam. Woohoo! Go deep.
What do you think about Charismatic Gamer's comments?
He's interesting. He has a right to make his comment. Doesn't mean he's right, but he has a right to make it.
That's another thing that's kind of been blown out of proportion. Did I initially blame Kelly? 100%. But I was over that before I got the recliner. Was I not?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was in the middle of the heat of the moment.
That was in the middle of the heat of the moment. It's like that.
And that was something I was telling someone who I thought was a friend. And like he's portraying it like it's something that happened way later when everything had calmed down. Like it was in the middle of the like moment when he was told this.
Because I went back to the cabin, I sat in the recliner, and just sat there and reflected on everything, and it's like, And like I said it initially, but like I changed my mind like 2.5 minutes later.
Because did I not shot back right after? Which, by the way, I was both of those, and when I was smarter back at you, that it was your own choices, it wasn't me.
If
that was my response.
If you were a domestic abuse victim, you wouldn't have got in front of me.
Because my response was, it was me, not your choices. Okay.
But I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, boys. We're about 2.5 hours in. I just wanted to jump on this morning, touch base. I'm usually very, very calm. Like very, very calm. Like I think, Kelly, you've known me 11 years now, right?
Well, that's honest to God one of best concealer, dude. Do you see the black? That's a bad example. Never mind. You see the bags under my eyes? Like, I have no concealer. Like, concealer's expensive. My man unemployed. We ain't got money for that.
Well, like the anger issues is like, how many times have you seen me be angry? Like in real life?
In IRL?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple times, but I mean they were justified. On a video game?
Lots.
More than I can ever count. But, you know.
And like a lot of people can, well, one thing I learned about myself by doing anger management classes, even though people say like, oh, my anger management classes aren't good enough. One thing I learned about myself was my whole personality is the stage 1 of anger. Because it says like the stage 1 of anger, because there's 2 tiers. There's a reactionary tier, and then there's a aggressive tier. The aggressive tier is like to show disrespect to somebody is like a form of anger. And like that's how I break the ice with most people that I like them, is like to find something to nitpick. And I usually do this with vehicles. Like I'm like, oh, your vehicle's like this or that, and that's how I usually am like playing with somebody, like how I like them. But like the other tier is frustration, and frustration is where I get it the worst. Because like I get frustrated a lot with video games because I want something to work a certain way and it doesn't, and then I'll get to the point where I get whiny. Well, the first step of anger management is to admit that you have anger issues. And that's what people are questioning me about when I say I don't really feel I have anger issues. I mean, there is some anger issues there, right? There's a lot of things I've done that didn't equate to violence, but it was like moral anger. Like one off the top of my head that was kind of ate at me for a long time, and this is going to be going back into a bit. I was playing Rainbow with Skate Code. And I don't know who did it. I don't even remember the person's name, but I remember the reaction. We were on Consulate, and I think somebody team killed me. And I asked Skate Code to team kill him, and then I got mad that Skate Code refused to team kill him because he wasn't a part of it. And like that is a form of anger. And I'm like, oh. And then once I realized that, I started seeing other connections of like actual anger that I had inside me, because anger doesn't just, illustrate itself in a way of like, you don't got to be beating somebody into the ground to have anger issues. And like I always associated like anger issues with like constantly wanting to beat somebody into the ground. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I might need to take these classes. And that's where I went with that. It's not so much that I hate gaming, is that I get to the point where I'm frustrated with it. Like, with gaming itself, like especially, like, I was going to take a much longer time off. And, like, I was just sitting here doing nothing all day. And, it was like, I was so bored. Like, I'd gotten so used to, like, doing something for Lolcow from, like, 12 to, like, 8 every day. And sometimes doing my own stream at that point. That like when I sat down and gamed, I'm like, I realized like, okay, I don't really have much I look forward to in gaming, right? Because like I like Elden Ring and I like Fallout, but like, how many times can you play Fallout 4 before you get tired of it? And I have a hard time getting into like newer games. Thank you, baby.
You want some hot sauce? You have something to drink, or you want something else to drink?
I got water. How's Twiggy's car? Twiggy's car's fine. Like, I'm not gonna mess with somebody's personal property or anything like that. Like, I'm not that person. Come outside. There's nobody outside my house. I have cameras I can see from here, bud. Have I watched In the Lolcow live since? I watched a little bit of last night's with Rastov, and they got into like the Elon Musk thing and like how Boogie disagrees with Doge, and like Keemstar said something along the lines of, "I don't even know how we fund Social Security anymore." I'm like, "Oh my lord, why don't you know how we fund Social Security, dude?" Like, that is such a white privilege thing to say. It's like, how do, like, come on, Keem. Keem. Grayson, get down, buddy. Our marriage is good. Like, one thing, like, you don't understand about mine and Kelly's marriage is, like, we spend every minute of every day together. Like, absolutely every minute. Like, I work from home, she works from home. I mean, you can talk about this too.
I mean, yeah, so, like, there's not much we don't know about each other, and, like, and honestly, we knew each other, so we knew what our quirks were before we got married, so, like, that's...
Yeah, we were friends for, like, 5 or 6 years before we even got married.
So, like, he knows I'm sassy.
Mm-hmm.
He knows I'm going to spit things off that will irritate him.
It also is like I was so confused about with that whole narrative that I beat women. Like, don't you think she would have noticed that the 6 years that we were friends? Yeah, like I made myself look really bad to a lot of people, and if your opinion of me is soured any, I apologize. Like, it was me being bullheaded and full of adrenaline. And like I'm paying the price for it. I lost a really good paying job for it.
And friendships.
And friendships. But like there's some friendships I've seen. I'm like, okay.
I still think Twiggy needs to apologize to me.
Twiggy does need to apologize.
I'm gonna die on that hill.
Twiggy needs to apologize, and like them. I'm just say it. Diamond Skittle needs to apologize too.
I actually would just block him from my thing if I were you and be done with him.
I did.
Honestly,
I removed him as my friend.
I would be done.
Because like they literally pulled me into a rainbow lobby and started asking me questions, and then like streamed it. Like, you could even hear me say in the videos, like, I don't even know if I should be telling you this.
Yeah, because you're like, where's the echo?
I mean, I'd like to go back to Lolcow Live, but at the same time, like, I'm not interested in like making a circus out of like the anger management stuff. Like, I'd rather take it seriously and actually do the classes and do what I need to do and better myself as a person. If they want me to do punishments outside of that, whatever. You know, I'll have mustard dumped on my head or shave my head for 50 donations or whatever they want to do.
Like, again, I wish everyone nothing but the best, and I think I speak for Jordy with that too. Like, it was an unfortunate situation. All we can all do is move on.
Why does Twiggy need to apologize? I'll let you say it.
Twiggy, fine. When Twiggy has an opportunity to burn people, he does. And Twiggy was supposedly our friend. And Twiggy took a moment where we were down and he had information that only he had. And he showed it to make himself look good and to dump on us. And to me, that's just wrong. You don't do that to friends. Especially when he said the video was deleted.
Well, you should tell him about the call.
And when I called him, he informed me that I had Stockholm Syndrome and was trying to gaslight me into me saying I was an abused victim, and I'm not. And I multiple times tried to tell them, and it's hard when they're accusing you of being a victim because the first thing a victim says is I'm not a victim. So it's hard to be like I even agreed to be like, hey, I'll take a lie detector test. You want me to take a lie detector? Like, what do you want?
Damn Jam, Wings, I enjoy your content more. The begging only was getting to the point where I couldn't watch it anymore. Yeah, it's a little bit extreme. Like, I always hated, like, when you're like, dog, we got 15 minutes, we got to get 200, members. I'm like, okay, like, I benefited from it, so I can't be too mad about it, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, man, this is hardcore even for me, and, like, I'm a career e-beggar. Like, my whole job is e-begging.
And I'm going to tell you guys, if I was a victim, I would not be here at all.
Kelly, you should make me an e-begging cup.
I'll get on it.
Have me like a little...
Your wife's got 5Ks to run, man. You lost that job, now she can't do any 5Ks. I'm going to have to get a GoFundMe for my 5Ks.
That's also some bullshit, dude. Like, Becky assaulted 4 motherfuckers, and she's still on the show. Becky assaulted me, Boogie, Tina, and Roxy.
I want to know the irony of this. Let me tell you the irony of this. Let me tell you the irony of this man. On multiple occasions looks at me and goes, Kelly, don't throw hands. Behave. We don't want to get kicked out of fat camp. Behave with Becky. Yep. That's the irony of this. He told me to behave.
Clown World. To be honest with the Twiggy situation, like, I seen he was a snake, and I just didn't think he'd bite me. And that was a mistake I made personally. Because I seen the tendencies with Mr. Based back in the day, with like the Josh Block stuff. Because I seen Twiggy like being his friend and like getting close to him, and then like instantly turn around and tell us about everything. And it's like, oh, talk about the move you did, pushing your fingers up Keemstar's nose. I was trying to grab his throat because he had grabbed my throat. I mean, that's as far as that actually is. I didn't want to actually hit him. I'd already thought about it, and I think for the 34 months. How much a Lolcow Live is scripted? Not very much. I mean, I'm going to fall back down to 150 viewers. Like, the only reason this stream's got so many viewers is it's the first one back, and everybody wants to get the tea. I'm going to fall back to 150, 200 viewers. It'll be alright. Don G, Wings, how can you recover from this? Throw myself on the mercy of the people and ask forgiveness, and show that I didn't actually mean to do it, but it happened. Take responsibility for it. Looks like this stream's getting deleted.